Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Sky Sports Head of Boxing, Adam Smith. Adam, we're here at the launch press conference for the big March 23rd Copper Box show, topped by Charlie Edwards against Angel Moreno. 3 big British title fights also on the show, all on regular Sky Sports, not on pay-per-view. How rewarding is it for you to be able to deliver that to regular Sky Sports customers?
That's what we should be delivering, Sky Sports customers. I mean, it's a fantastic show. I think Eddie's done a great job getting everybody together. The Copper Box is going to be a wonderful place to be on March the 23rd, and I think it delivers fantastic value for Sky customers. Charlie Edwards, wonderful story, brilliant performance just before Christmas to win that world title. We saw the emotional scenes. It was great having him back with us, the other side, to help us out as an analyst, a pundit, and what a good job he did on Saturday night at the O2. This time a little journey to the Copper Box to defend his title for the first time. That's great. World title on Sky Sports is always good, and he's gathering momentum, Charlie, and it's a lovely story to see. Joshua Buatsi aiming to become a British champion, and maybe the first step in a long and successful journey for JB. We have big hopes pinned on him. We think he's going to be a fantastic fighter in many years to come, but he's got a tough one against a very, very hyped up, ready to go Conroy. I think, listen, he deserves his opportunity. He's worked so hard to become a mandatory challenger, and that's not going to be easy. So looking forward to seeing how Joshua deals with that. Along with Buatsi, Lawrence Okoli, back on Saturday night last week. Good to see him trying out different things. Didn't think he loaded up as much as he has in the past, or he looked more relaxed. I think that's what he wants to take into the fight with Wadi Camacho. Well, Camacho led him. It's a real opportunity for Wadi. He's in good form. He's as he says, got a good team around him now, and nothing to lose. I think it's going to be a good build up to that one, and a great one in the ring. And of course, Lewis Ritson, who's not here today, is out in America. I mean, listen, you just love seeing Lewis, don't you? He's virtually cleaned up at a British level already, but he's got this terrific punch-up with Andy Townsend to come. Yeah, he's got to rebuild from that European loss, but that's what good fighters can do, and delighted to have Lewis back with us. As you said, top to tail, it's a fantastic card, and can't wait for it.
And a fantastic month. I think from, as Eddie was listing at the end of the press conference, we've got like 6 regular Sky shows just in March, and it looks like we might not have a Sky box office show until June potentially now. Is that kind of a kind of hit back at the critics who have said, oh, boxing's going too far towards pay-per-view in this country, not just on Sky but on other outlets as well?
Well, first of all, Danny, I want to say well done to Eddie Hearn for rattling off that list of fighters and fights. I mean, it was pretty impressive. I don't think he got one wrong. What a lineup for March. March Madness, we're calling it. March the 2nd in Peterborough for Jordan Gill. Then there's a couple of American shows which we can't wait to see, involving British fighters like Callum Johnson and others, and we've got, you know, Tevin Farmer on March the 15th, Katie Taylor, the Irish icon, of course, as well. It's fantastic. Then back here for the 23rd and 30th in Liverpool. Yeah, terrific month, and I think it's really important that Sky Sports give value for money. The box office events are when we decide that that's the way it has to be. Anthony Joshua looking probably to return in the summer. You know, yes, we might have one before. We don't know what's happening with DILLIAN WHYTE at the moment. Need to work out who he's fighting. I think the list is POVETKIN, Brazil, and Ortiz. But yeah, we carefully select when fights go on to Sky Sports box office. I think probably we thought that Khan Brook would be made and AJ would fight in April, so it's just a different start to the year. But yeah, we want to make absolutely sure that there's great fights on Sky Sports, as well as the mega events on box office.
If DILLIAN WHYTE does take on one of the 3 names you just mentioned, Brazil, POVETKIN or Ortiz, I have to think about that. I'm not as good as Eddie Hearn at remembering these names off the top of my head. If he fights one of those 3 guys, would all 3, in your view, qualify as a box office attraction?
Well, absolutely could do. Depends on the night itself. As we've seen the list here, you know, you've got Charlie Edwards topping a bill which includes, you know, 3 terrific British title fights. It's got to be a value show all the way through. You know, we know Anthony Joshua is a Sky Sports box office star. We know that. You know, he's a global attraction. If he goes off to America, you know, there's room for someone at 10 o'clock at night here, I think. And, you know, DILLIAN WHYTE's had those fights with Joseph Parker in the Derek Chisora rematch. I'd love to see him in with Alexander POVETKIN. I've not hidden myself away from the fact that I've told Dillian that's who I would love to see him fight. If it is Brazil, great. If it is Ortiz, great as well. But I think we need an absolutely stacked card. Maybe a heavyweight night with some really good fights and fighters on there, and let's see what happens.
You mentioned Joshua there, and I think him making his American debut is a good move for the AJ brand. From your position, though, at Sky, are you slightly disappointed that he'll now be fighting not only Big Baby instead of White, but also the fact that it'll be in the early hours of the morning rather than primetime UK.
I saw that one coming, Danny. I think, yeah, we all know, listen, it would have been, great for us if it had been Dillian White on April the 13th, and yeah, 10 o'clock at night fights are key for Sky Sports, obviously. But there are times where you have to go with what the story is. Dillian didn't want the fight. He was offered a lot of money for it. He's decided to go a varied route, and I think next best is for AJ to hit America. Jarrell Miller's a great talker. He's unbeaten. He's a New York boy. It's a fantastic adventure. Reminds me of Kelly and Naz all those years ago in the Garden, December 1997. And it's a story. And I think Joshua, yes, as you rightly said, it's good for his brand. He's going to become a global superstar. He's had to take that challenge at some point to America. And I think the way he went down when he was around us on the Canelo fielding week and around New York, I think that we saw then that this has got to happen sooner rather than later. And I think the cards are turning for this to happen this summer. And I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic adventure, a great journey, a different story, yes. And of course, at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, it's not as maybe valuable as it is at 10 o'clock at night for Sky, but it's going to be a terrific journey. And look, conquering America is what AJ needs to do at some point. Wilder Fury will fight again there soon. We can't wait for that one. We need Joshua to be out there and be part of the party.